Good. Great. So I am excited to talk about this because what I want to speak about is the challenge and the importance of being perimenopausal, menopausal, postmenopausal. The last half of our life is this is the curriculum we have. Things break, things go wrong, things go right. People get married. It's just there's a lot that happens. Life keeps going on. But we think we have it under control. We kind of think, oh yeah, I know how to make this happen and that happen and this will happen then. But things happen. So we are given an opportunity at Beltane right now at the beginning of May. So we're looking at Beltane, it's coming up. We are given an opportunity to look at what is fertile here in our lives, to look at what is it about this being. We are part of nature. We are as much part of nature as my peach tree out there that's about to be frosted tonight. The pink blossoms. We have all of this vitality, no matter the age, but it's different as we get a little older. We have that vitality that we've had as a young person that just goes no matter what, needs more. But what comes along with it is maturity and wisdom. And what I watch is that most women at this time do not acknowledge who they are and who they've become. And we defer and think we're not good enough and find all sorts of reasons to see ourselves as less than, like we haven't done enough, been enough. That thing is so constant in our minds. We've somehow not been what we should have been, instead of seeing what the truth is, that if we've made it till now and we're awake and conscious, we are masters of certain aspects of life. And we, in a mature place, this place, I think it's an opportunity to honor who we are, and especially for ourselves. Instead of doing all well, I wish I were this and I wish I were that and I'm not this enough, to really honor it, not from an ego place, but from a place that is responsible and appropriate to say, yes, this is what I offer. This is who I have become because of the struggles, because of the victories, because of my work, because of who I naturally was given this DNA to be. What I need to see in women past 45, past 50, past 55, past 60, all the way through, is claiming who we are and claiming our fertility right now, not fertility to have a baby, not fertility to start college, not fertility to have our genes create another life, but this is fertility to really look at the deeper aspects, to see if you're fertile, it means there's an opportunity for growth. The soil is fertile, not necessarily the seed. The seed can be awake or alive, but the soil is fertile. It is a place, a substrate for possibility. So that's what I'd like to look at now. In your life, if you can just consider what maximizes or what gives an opportunity for your fertility, for the substrate of what can be alive in your life, what helps that, what nurtures that. Often these are behaviors, often these are attitudes, but we can make an inventory of what's not nurturing that, which again, I've said the things that we say are not good enough, or not having enough time for ourselves, or rushing all around. All those things take away from this fertile substrate of ourselves. So without making anything wrong, because that is so against what I'm talking about, what we're talking about is what is here already, what we have earned, and what we have been given by strictly life, by being here, by being in this body by having this DNA, and what we've done with that in our lives. So instead of finding fault, now we're going to find who we have become. And from that substrate of fertility, it's not about doing more. The soil doesn't do. The soil just is. It's kind of remarkable. Fertile soil has received nourishment and sustenance. The legumes that we plant in the fall, whatever we've given ourselves to nourish ourselves, become the composted material that then is fertile for the spring. And there's so much life that wants to burst forth. If we haven't given ourselves the nurturance, if we don't allow for that nurturance of the substrate of the soil itself, of ourselves, then we're burned out. We don't have enough for the vitality, and even vitality that's not vitality the way it looked at even 42. This vitality is different. It's a vitality that comes from not doing. It's a vitality that is already. It doesn't have to prove itself. It doesn't have to show off. It doesn't have to do anything else. So I'd like you to take pen and paper and give yourself a moment to just notice what is fertile in you. What is without what you don't need to do anything, but in this moment, can you feel this presence of fertility, this presence of possibility? For me, it's most evident when I'm rested, or when I'm inspired, or when I'm enthused, or when I'm in a beautiful connection with someone. Often it's about connection. It might be connection with something I've just read that I'm inspired by. It might be connection when I'm walking in nature. It might be connection when I've had a really exciting, provocative conversation, like we did, Shelley, together not so long ago. Those are often what brings the fertility of our lives forth. So we can remember the joy that's there instead of this frustration and struggling with so much sadness and disagreeableness of life right now. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording